time doing a wig on TikTok in a long time, but this is what we're starting with. I really want to do something black and purple for my sister, and she's really more subtle, so the brightest purple won't be that prominent, and then I want the darkest purple to be kind of prominent, but the black is basically what we're gonna see. But I really want to have a lot of peekaboos, so right now I've sectioned off where I'm going to put the lightest purple, which is mainly the back, and all the way around. This wig was green before, so yeah, she's giving Beetlejuice now, but she's not going to for long. So I like to start with half a bottle first. And as you can see, I don't have that much water in here anyway. But just to get a feel for how pigmented it's gonna be, and I can probably save myself some product if I wanna use the color again. Or sometimes with the watercolor method, if you haven't done it before, it is kind of unpredictable and like you don't know what parts of the wig are gonna pick up more pigment. So it's always good to save a little bit just in case your whole wig, like one patch just sucks up a bunch. At least you have a little bit to help you get through the rest of the sections you need colored. So it's pretty dark, looks like grape Kool-Aid. And we're gonna do like a test because this is very yellowish green. So like the purple could like not look good over it. But I'm not that good at color theory, but I feel like it should work, but we're gonna try it. Okay, that's not bad. That's exactly what I wanted. A brighter purple amongst the really rich eggplant that's about to go on there. So I feel confident enough to kind of start rotating the wig. And as you can see, like I said, the front pieces that I started with are much brighter than the back that I'm doing right now. But I'm not too stressed about this technique because I go from lightest to darkest, so if anything gets on any other sections, easier to fix. And as you can see, the water in my bucket is also much lighter because the hair has picked up so much of it. So right now we're just continuing and doing a second round of Violet Gem. I still didn't finish the whole bottle of dye, so this can go pretty far. Also, my water is not from the kettle, it's not boiling water, it's just hot water from the tap. That also helps in making sure that the wig doesn't get too damaged in this process. And I actually quite like that there's some pieces that are a little bit lighter, so I'm gonna pull it out now. And now we're gonna move on to our next shade of purple, which is gonna be Rich Eggplant. In theory, because I'm working with purple specifically, I really could add Rich Eggplant to this, and I'm gonna do that. So after stirring the dye thoroughly in the water, you want to make sure you're thoroughly mixing that dye with the water. I'm just sectioning off the hair that I want to dye this dark eggplant color and taking any strands that kind of have like a weird pinkish shade to it and dyeing those as well. So I'm just really just dipping into it. I don't know if I say it in this video, but my sister Heather is very, while she dabbles in color, homegirl does not like too much color, so I wasn't afraid of going over that violet color with this darker color. It's totally fine in her book. I'm sure that she's happy with it, that it's mostly dark. I think she even finds the end result too light, so I wasn't scared of getting some of this darker color on the lighter color. So I do this over and over again with this darker rich eggplant color, and I do 2 rounds of this as well. But I think that's the most important part about the whole watercolor method. You can't be afraid to like mess up, or it's basically not too precise. So if you're looking for a more precise coloring, you will need to use like a developer and a brush type technique. I wonder if I add black to it. Just dunk her in. It's picky. picking up still a lot. Oh, the black was not fully blended. Fuck. So I have a whisk. This was my first time using black Adore dye, and I was actually pretty happy with it. And I was actually pretty happy with mixing it with the purple dyes as well, because in the end you'll see that the black has a bit of a purple tint. Like, remember how Justine Skye used to wear her hair? It has it like that. So I was really happy with doing this, and actually I probably am going to try this again, like seeing what I can tint black with, just because it's probably better than like a blue black or a purple black that you probably buy from them. This is probably like way more authentic looking, but I love doing this with the black. I think it came out really, really well, and yeah, that's all I have to say. So last night I left it in some silicone mix. This has literally been trending on TikTok for a little bit, so I thought I'd try it. It's literally just like cream consistency. I put that in some water and I just let it sit to kind of help soften the hair, just because this is an old wig. It's been through a lot. So I'm going to go rinse it out. So this is it wet. Some other things we'll need are some heat protectant. We're going to sew in an elastic band. So you'll also need needle and thread. And then for the scalp, some airbrush legs. So if this wig is looking familiar, it's because it's inspired by my pink Valentine's Day wig that I did last year. My sister loved that wig, so I was like, I'll recreate it with purple because purple's her favorite color. So I'm not going into too detail about the cut and styling that I'm doing, the sewing of the elastic band, the airbrush legs. I just wanted to let you guys know that that was there. But it is important because it is a bang wig. So I am going in right now and just trimming the bang just really low. Also because it is for my sister, it's not for me. So regardless of what I cut on myself, I am still gonna have to customize it once I put it on her a bit. But I didn't go too much into styling because it's the exact same as that in-depth video that I have on my channel already, but also because those are things that I've used on my channel before. So airbrush legs I used to create like a faux scalp and also kind of hide some of the knots that are, you know, especially with black and purple, really apparent. It really worked well. Oops. To hide some of the knots, but also the elastic band method is perfect for a wig with a bang because it kind of keeps it secure. You don't really have to worry about the scalp. You don't have to worry about lace. You just have to worry about making sure your wig stays on your head. And can I just say that silicone mix did its thing. Look at the movement on this wig, y'all. Like, I know it's a mix of the silicone mix and the heat protectant, but you saw the beginning of this video. This wig was not saying anything more than ramen noodles. And now look at her. I did put a bit of wax stick on the top of the wig just to give it a more flat look. And obviously it does need to trim a bit more, but I was totally rushing this day because I was going to give this to my sister that day. So I really needed to make sure it was done by a certain time. So I'm just putting it on and adjusting it and doing last minute touches. But this is basically the end of the video. I didn't come back and do like an intro, outro like how I usually do because I forgot. And what I did film, I had already ripped off my lashes, girl, and I look crazy. So enjoy the end of this video of me just touching up the wig, you know, giving it a final press, you know, trimming the bangs, such and such. But get into this movement, get into this color. It looks really cute. And honestly, if she did want to wear it with the lace out and maybe wear it in a middle part or even like back, she totally could, and the color would look so good. As you can see, like that pink underneath there. Yes, love that. And I'm calling it pink, and it's really like a light purple, but I'm obsessed with it. I want to recreate it for myself. I want to recreate this color combo for myself, and I'm gonna stop talking now, and you guys can just enjoy the rest of this video. Bye.
It's always on my mind. I'm not gonna fight it. I want it all the time. Boy, you should know